Howdy. Can y'all hear me?
I can hear you. I'm just trying to get my video to work, so I'm going to be a second.
Okay, yeah, take your time. The allergies are killing me out here in Oakland, y'all. It's ridiculous. Selena, nice to see you. Bryson, Brenda. Okay, so for usual like YTT practicum, this is all about y'all. So y'all can ask me all the questions, anything that's lingering on your mind from the last few embodied Wednesdays. If you want to practice a sequence or if you want to experience something, a meditation, um, yeah, this is for you. This is your time. If you're here to just like co-work at the same time, I'm here for it. Um, we can also start with check-ins if you like, because I know that that's meaningful for a lot of people. And it always helps me kind of drop in a little bit more. Personally, for me, I'm in a place where I'm feeling really good, really aligned. I got to have like a really nice weekend of meditating. And I did a sound bath with my mom. And I think I really want to stand by how putting yourself in like environments or frequencies or resonances and how that can like clean your aura almost. It's like I kind of felt really erratic in my body, and then I did this amazing sound bath, and it was almost like things just started feeling clearer. So that feels good, but and now Oakland is trying to kill me with these allergies. So that's where we're at. How y'all doing?
Hello.
Hi.
How's it going?
Good. Besides the allergies, amazing.
Well, I wanted to speak into what you said because I actually had like a really awesome experience yesterday too. Just
Ooh.
involving like sound bath frequency stuff. So when you said that, I was like, oh, I gotta share my part. Yeah, just to validate that, like a couple weeks ago, I started hanging out with a new friend who does like sound healing. She does a lot of like divination work in her sound healing. It's interesting, like very curated playlists that have frequencies she can hear, and then she's like just doing light code work to put it in us. And it was just all it's been a crazy whirlwind, but I actually co-facilitated an event with her last night and did like Reiki chakra clearing while she was doing her thing. So we were able to like co-facilitate in a group with like 7 or 8 people there. And then we did one session and then like we all just integrated and talked for hours. It was great. And then like a couple people left. Then a couple more people stayed for another session. So we ended up doing like, I think it was like 7 hours there, just integrating in community, doing healing. And it was just so beautiful and amazing. So yeah, I felt that. And then like this was really my first time showing up in a facilitating type way. And so I was just
Mhm.
there showing up, but I felt so like seen by everyone, so validated, like in my power. Um, so yeah, it was just really amazing. And so unexpected because I just met a friend and like we hit it off and have been best friends. And then she was like, "Yeah, come do this with me." And I'm like, "Oh, okay, all right." So
Just a little leap of faith. Okay, I'm gonna give you some snaps for facilitating your first thing because honestly, like holding group facilitation and being there and how do I say, like managing the energy of the room, that's big. That's huge, you know?
yeah,
So good job. Um,
thank you.
yeah, and there's something about the binaural beat. and that's kind of something that's used a lot in sound baths. Are we familiar with the binaural beat?
No.
Basically, like let's say you're playing the note C, and then you right along with C, you play C sharp.
Mm,
And so like if you're on a piano, those two keys are like right next to each other, and it's going to create like tension.
dissonance for
So
sure,
like
yeah.
yeah, dissonance. And so the
Mhm.
brain is going to work on two sounds at the same time because it's vibrating very closely to one another. And when
Mm,
the brain is experiencing that, it actually just clears the frequency. Or like your brain is working so hard to make sense of it that it just
mm.
creates a harmony, and then it expands like the frequency of like the way that your brain is thinking. It's just insane. I have to find this
So interesting. Yeah.
podcast, and that's why binaural beats are so
Oh my
effective.
gosh. I love this. If you could share a podcast, that would be great.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. It talks all about how it affects our brain, and it's this idea of resonance. And when you think of resonance, it's like when somebody has a frequency that matches yours, the the waves, the sine cosine gets
Yeah,
heightened like this. And so it's like you're
totally.
elongating it like that.
And so even to validate that further, like when I met my new friend, it was that we were on such a high frequency together. It's just been vibing. And then like we've been able to take that now and like come bring it together in space.
Hmm.
And then holds such a beautiful space for everyone because she's been doing these sessions for like 4 or 5 months alone. So for me to be able to come in and just be a container and just like support her, yeah, it's been amazing. So much healing internally, and then to be able to give back, yeah, it's been beautiful. So
I love it. Thank you for sharing that.
yeah.
And for that's reminding me because our next session for the Anahata chakra,
Mm,
and since we're moving up into the chakras, we're moving away from the lower into the
mhm.
higher chakras. We're going to go a little bit more into resonance, and our I'm having a guest teacher play the harmonium for us for the heart.
Awesome.
Yeah, so that's this Wednesday.
Fun.
It's
Okay.
and you can just think of it as like all of our cells, everything in our body, nothing is stagnant, nothing is still.
Mhm,
There's no stillness. If you're
mhm,
still, you're dead.
mhm,
Everything is moving. The cells are moving. There's a rhythm to everything going on inside you. And so why wouldn't it make sense that music would be so effective? Sound baths wouldn't be so effective at providing that healing. And if you think about all the different kinds of traditions that are out there, um, almost every historical society, ancient living system of people, they all have musical practices that drew them together, musical practices that they would do to prepare warriors for battle, musical practices that would celebrate a birth or a life, or musical practices that would call people to come to town or to center and to dance. Musical practices for revolution to keep the energy, the frequency of the collective high so that they can deal with any kind of stress. And so we don't want to underestimate the power of our voice, our own, and then we also don't want to underestimate these traditions of the Tibetan singing bowls, the whatever people are using, gongs, like they
mhm.
are all serving a purpose. Mhm. Mhm.
Yes, thanks for sharing. That's so great.
Yeah, we can totally get into that more. And we will have a section in that in the YTT where we are going to talk about sound and resonance theory. Okay, Brenda, Selena, how are y'all doing?
Hi guys. Doing good. You guys are so cute. You're talking about the sound baths and sound healings. A couple of weeks ago, I actually went with Carmela to go uh, do one, and she has a gong, and so I just felt so privileged, and it was such a blessing. And going off of what Bryson was saying, it was like our vibe was so high. We were like doing something every day together. We were going for our
I love
walks.
it.
We were just every day was doing something, even if it was something as little as going to the store to get some healthy food and stuff. But we were just kind of bouncing off one of each other in every area of life, health and just family and relationships and just everything. So it's been a lot of fun. We've been enjoying, and today I'm just feeling like tired, but not bad. I just feel tired. I think I've just this weekend I've been trying to like kind of stay home and kind of come back because I've been having a lot of fun, and I'm excited for the thing that Serenity was talking about, that like deep healing. Um,
Auto work, I'm gonna join you all. I think
oh
that would be nice for
yay!
all of
I
us.
Oh my gosh, I I had a session with Gabe last week, and then or 2 weeks ago, and then I had a talk to Serenity. There was so much healing in it, and breakthroughs, that
Mhm.
I think that's why I'm so exhausted, because I'm just kind of trying to take it all in, make sure I ground myself. Um, so yeah, it was a lot of breakthrough, but really
And
beautiful.
yeah, I'm hearing you on like you had great, beautiful connection with a friend. I don't know how long ago for that sound bath, and then some fun on the weekend. You're tired now and looking forward to the shadow work, but also
Mhm.
the compiling of, you know, being in Yoga Marga and being an earnest student here. And um, there's so much that we are unlocking and helping you unlock for yourself. And so, yes, your energy reserves are gonna go up and down because you're
Yes.
gonna be processing things on that subconscious level just as much as you're reorienting the actual physical 3D manifestation life that you're in. And
Mhm.
things are becoming rewired, and I imagine you're taking the yoga communication classes too,
Yes.
or the Loving Fridays. And yes, those
Yes.
classes are profound
Mhm.
because not all of us are we don't get to not all of us are taught how to communicate well,
Mhm. Mhm. Exactly.
communicate your emotions. What is that? You
Mhm.
know, as like especially as a Catholic,
Mhm.
a grown up Catholic or whatever,
Yeah.
there's
Yeah.
so many
Yeah.
reasons why we were all told to like not speak our truths. And
Right.
so like, yeah, the yoga of communication, once you like open the lid on that stuff and are able to have like those difficult conversations with yourself
Mhm.
and how you're
Let
maybe
alone
not like
communicating, right?
with
Let alone the
others.
commute
Yeah.
to know to communicate, but understanding what you're going through and just communicating with yourself and feeling through it. It's just like, what?
Yeah. Oh, like, okay, I'm now having to admit this thing to myself
Yeah. Yeah.
first. And then like, okay, now I need to go say the thing to these other people. Like,
Mhm.
excuse me. So gentle, really
Mhm.
gentle. Yeah. Thank you for sharing. Brenda, are you okay over there? Have anything that you want to share or anything you want to focus on for today? I imagine that Brenda will just come back whenever they're ready. Maybe needed to step away. Is there anything else that we wanted to focus on today or otherwise I could lead us through a meditation. Yeah, a nice little grounding meditation. Okay. Okay. Brenda had to step. Oh, here. I think they might have had trouble with the internet. Let's see. Yay, Brenda's here. Brenda, checking in with you. Do you have anything you wanted to like focus on today or check in you wanted to share?
Um, I'm doing pretty good. I feel like I've been really lazy with my practice, so I'm really trying to get back into it this week. Um,
Mhm.
I'm here because I don't know what you do here anymore. I know that we were doing sequences last time. The last time I came to this, and so yeah.
Yeah.
I wanted to, because I want to graduate. I kind of want to check this
Yes.
box and move
Hmm.
forward. And yeah, so I guess this is me checking in with you and also
Yes.
starting that process of getting my things done.
Hmm. Absolutely. Did you want to focus on a sequence today? Do you have
I have,
questions? Hmm.
um, I'm not sure. This is actually the first time I've looked at it since I've been back. So,
Yeah, and I've been actually helping people kind of like just even look it over. And like the other
okay,
day, Ashley was so overwhelmed by their sequence, we just listed the postures for them and started with that.
okay,
So we can go at any level that you want to analyze your sequence
okay.
of like just a problem area to like let's look at the overall arc, or if you want to look at cues.
I'm looking at my notes from last time because I don't really remember everything.
Mhm.
And I went in and I fixed the things that I could, but there's things like I guess I don't know Sun B.
Mm.
I know Sun A like the back of my hand, but it says learn Sun B, so I'm curious if I'm trying to put Sun B in my sequence somewhere instead of something else. Um, and then a wild thing, because wild thing is my peak pose. And
Mm.
so there's a modification here with fingers. It says fingers pointed back, hands down to the ground, bridge-like pose. But I was looking at what I wrote and I don't know. So maybe I can just go through my sequence with you since this is
Yeah.
my first time reading it in a while, if everybody's okay with that. Uh,
Yeah.
I'll take input from anybody too as well. Like if something would flow better for you, I would
Hmm.
love to hear it.
Um, yeah, we're here for that. So I also I will offer that you just read through your sequence that you have, and then we're just gonna visualize it. If anybody wants to like move through it physically, you can. Um, but is
Yeah,
that okay with you? Yeah, just
totally.
like read through it. Okay.
Okay. I have
Yeah.
it, it's all done and everything. I even have music. I haven't done the music with the sequence yet, but I do
Uh-huh.
have a playlist created for it already as well.
Amazing.
So,
Also, do you mind, is it all written, handwritten?
no, it's on my laptop.
Beautiful. Do you mind sharing your screen
Sure.
so that we could see it?
Yeah. I'm gonna
Sometimes it's
keep
like
my,
closed captions. Feel me? Keep your
yeah,
camera off. No
yeah,
worries.
yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's gonna mess up my whole computer. So, okay, share screen. Do you see it?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Um, Want me to read everything or just starting with the sequence?
Um, I'm okay with not doing the intro because that's going to change from your moment to moment. Yeah, so let's do your sequence straight up.
Okay. This is like after you kind of warmed up your body a little bit.
Hmm.
Your hands are over your, like, your palms are over your heart. So let's begin by I didn't mean to say so. Let's begin by taking a deep collective breath in together. Slowly inhale, filling your belly, your ribs, your chest, your throat. Do you want me to read it like how I would say it, or just read through it kind of quickly since we're on a limited time?
Whatever feels like you would help you the best right now. Because sometimes just reading it through in the way you would teach is the energy that you need.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I'll slow down a little bit, but I will get through it so we can
Yeah.
do.
Yeah. This is totally just like not serious. So
Yeah. Okay. I feel nervous for some reason.
I feel you. These are the things that you just have to like keep doing, and then this nervous stuff will, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Sip a little more air at the top and hold. Audible exhale. Slowly inhale, filling the belly, the ribs, the chest, the throat. Sip a little more air at the top and hold. Another audible exhale, releasing your tongue. Lion's breath, if you feel. Last one, slow, deep breath in. Hold. Sip a little more, hold. This time, slowly exhale through your nose. With your eyes still closed, begin to find your own breath. Oh, wait, this is not. Hold on a second. This is us moving like all that energy out into around us. So together, slowly inhale, seated Ardha Hastasana, extended mountain pose. With your belly engaged, arms up, gaze up, allow elbows forward, palms are facing each other. Slowly open your mouth, exhale, modified Anuvitasana back bend with angel wings. Keep your belly engaged, tee out your arms, extend them back, slight bend in your elbow, thumbs are pointed up, gaze goes back as you lift your chest to the sky. Inhale, seated Ardha Hastasana, extended mountain pose, arms up, gaze forward this time. Exhale, Paschimottanasana, seated forward fold. Keep your sit bones grounded, hinge from your hips forward, keeping your back straight. Reach as far as you comfortably can for your toe. I don't know why it says for your toes, because you're cross-legged, but you may. Oh, you know what?
Paschimottanasana can also be long-legged, so you could reach for toes.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think maybe somewhere in here I had you extend your legs out maybe, but okay. Where am I? Oh yeah, you may use a strap here. If you can't reach your toes today, you can make it all the way to your knees, gently rest your forehead on them. Find your slow, deep breath. And then 30 seconds. Inhale, slowly seated Ardha Hastasana, extended mountain pose. Gently rise up, arms up, gaze forward. Exhale, Parivriti Sukhasana, seated, gentle twist to your right. Place your left hand on your right knee, place your right hand behind your right hip, and allow your head to look back. Take a deep breath in, extend your spine, twist a little more on your breath out. Find your own breath. We'll do like 3 or 4 breaths here. Inhale, come back to center, arms up. Exhale, Parivrita Sukhanasana to your left. Place your right hand on your left knee, your left hand behind your left hip, and allow your head to follow. Deep breath in, extend the spine. Just a little more on your breath. Find your own breath here for about 4 breaths. Inhale, come back to center, arms still up. Exhale, find your breath, yogis. Interlace your fingers for a moment and start rotating your wrists in one direction. Then the opposite. Maybe you make some figure eights. We're warming up our wrist before our next pose. From there, touch your hands to roll your shoulders and start making circles forward and back. Release your hands and come back to center. Where am I? Inhale. Exhale, Barmanasana, tabletop. Place your hands on the ground in front of you and lean forward. Uncross your legs. Hands are directly beneath your shoulders. Knees are tucked under your hips. Feet are in alignment with your knees. Inhale, Uttanasana, cow pose. Lower your belly to arch your back, broaden your chest, and lift your chin and open your throat. Exhale, gosh darn it. It's been so long since I've said these words. Cat pose.
It's okay. Yeah.
Round your chin to your chest. Arch your back. Release your glutes and lean forward 2 inches. Now move fluidly between cat and cow with your own breath, letting your body guide you. After about 4 or 5 breaths, we will meet together back in tabletop.
Mhm.
Inhale, extend your right arm up, gaze up. Exhale, Urdhva Mukha Pashasana. Thread the needle right side. Gently slide your right hand underneath your left arm. Place your right shoulder and cheek on your mat. Keep your hips stacked. Press your left hand firmly to the ground and allow your chest to open towards the earth.
Mhm.
The Heart Sutra, a Buddhist text, is a key part of the Mahayana Buddhist tradition. It says, the best and most beautiful thing in the world cannot be seen or even touched. They must be felt with the heart. Together, inhale, slowly come out of this pose the same way you came in. Bring your left hand back beneath your shoulder, release your right arm under your left armpit, extend your arm up and release. Do a few big circles forward and a couple circles back. Bring your hand down to the ground. Inhale, extend your left arm up, gaze up. Exhale, Urdhva Mukha Pashasana, thread the needle left side. Gently slide your left hand underneath your right arm. Place your left shoulder and cheek on your mat. Find the same thing on your left side that you did on your right side and breathe. Take a moment here to remember, okay, that's a little spiel that I would do while you're breathing into the earth.
It's a
Together
good
again.
place for it. Mhm.
Thank you. Together again, inhale, slowly come out of this pose the same way you came in. Bring your right hand back beneath your right shoulder, release your left arm from your armpit, extend your arm up and release. Big circles forward and back. Find your breath, begin to move your body in whatever way it feels good. That could look like cat-cows, creating C's by gazing towards your right foot, then looking at your left. Maybe you find yourself in Balasana. Give yourself permission to do whatever it is you need. And come back to tabletop. Inhale, tuck your toes. Exhale, Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. Hips go up, straighten your spine, release your head, shoulders are back. Preparatory inhale. Exhale, jump or walk forward into Uttanasana, forward fold. Feet meet behind your hands. Find your breath and give yourself permission to find some movement. Grabbing opposite elbow, sway side to side, release your neck, nodding your head. Oh, yes and no. Come back to center, hands or fingertips touching the ground. You may use a block here if you need to bring the ground closer to your hands. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana, halfway lift. Hands above knees, straight spine, shoulder blades together, engage belly. Exhale, Uttanasana, forward fold. Inhale, Urdhva Hastasana, hinge from your hips. Begin to rise into extended mountain pose. Arms will be extended all the way up. Elbows and gaze are forward, palms facing each other. Shoulders are back and down. Exhale, Anjali Mudra, hands to prayer in front of you. Inhale, Urdhva Hastasana, extended mountain pose, arms up, gaze forward. Exhale, modified Uttanasana, back bend with angel wings. Sweep your arms out wide, slight bend in elbow, thumbs up, lift your chest, gaze up. Inhale, Urdhva Hastasana, extended mountain pose. Exhale, Uttanasana, forward fold. Hinge from your hips all the way down. Hug your legs, hug the earth. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana, halfway lift, hands above your knees, shoulder blades together, straight spine. Exhale, Uttanasana, fold again. Inhale, Urdhva Hastasana, begin to rise one vertebrae at a time until you are all the way back in extended mountain pose. Exhale, Anjali Mudra, hands to prayer in front of your heart. 3 times that goes. Like the sun salutation. Inhale, Urdhva Hastasana, arms up. Interlace your fingers. Release your index finger. With hands still interlaced, exhale, dive into Uttanasana, keeping your spine as straight as you can, and release them to the ground when you are all the way down. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana, halfway lift. This time, arms extended out. Bend your breath, engage your core. Little micro bend in the knees, preparing your body for the next asana. Deep breath in, slow breath out. Inhale one more time. Exhale, Pahalakasana, plank pose. Hands beneath your shoulders, step both feet back. Keep a straight spine from head to toes, engage your belly. Make sure you're not slumping between your shoulder blades. You may, if you can, sorry. Okay. You may come to your knees if you need that support today as well. Deep breath in, slow breath out. Inhale, Vashistas. Yeah, it's a hard one for me.
Vashisthasana.
Vashisthasana. Side plank. Roll onto your right side, stacking your feet. Press firmly through your right hand, lift your left arm straight up, ensuring your body forms a straight line from head to heels to fingertips. Keep your core engaged and hips stacked. You may drop the right knee to help you stabilize if that's easier. Take 2 of your own breaths here. Big breath in. On your exhale, release your left arm back to the earth to plank. Deep breath in. Exhale, Anjaneyasana, low lunge. Step your right foot up and land it on the inside of your right hand. Allow your left heel to melt on the ground as you inhale, Virabhadrasana 2, Warrior 2 pose. Keeping the bend in your right knee, stack your shoulders over your hips, tee out your arms, feet firmly planted on the earth, gazes forward, looking past your thumb, keeping right knee in alignment with your right foot. Inhale, Viparita Virabhadrasana, reverse warrior, maintaining the bend in your right knee. Reach your right arm up and back and place your left arm either on your low back or bind or on the back of your left leg, whatever is more comfortable for you. Expand your side body on your breath in, reaching a little further on your breath out. Inhale, exhale, Utthita Parshvakonasana, extended side angle. Paint the air as you reach your right arm down towards your right foot, left arm up. Make sure you're pressing from the inside of your knee to allow your heart to open towards the sky. Gaze up. If that's too hard today, you may find yourself a little wobbly, then send your gaze to the ground. You may use a block under your hand to bring the ground close to you as well. Deep breath in, slow breath out. Inhale, exhale, revolving Utthita Parshvakonasana. Paint your left arm down by your right foot. Begin by rotating your torso as you paint your right arm up to the sky. Gaze up or at the ground. Use a block if you need to. You may widen your stance a little more to find balance and get yourself more comfortable into this pose. Deep breath in, slow breath out. Inhale, exhale, bring your right arm down to the outside of your right foot, stepping into Anjaneyasana, low lunge. Breathe in. Exhale, Uttanasana, forward fold. Bring your left foot to meet your right foot. Keep a moderate bend in your knee. Take a couple of your own breaths here. Extend your arms overhead, biceps by your ears. Inhale, Utkatasana, chair pose. Keep your knees bent, hinge from your hips. Keep your spine straight, tailbone tucked, arms extended in alignment with your back. Gaze forward, palms facing each other. Check your knees now and make sure they are behind your toes. Find your breath. Deep inhale together, slow breath out. Keep arms extended. Inhale, rise, one-legged Tadasana, one-legged mountain pose. Lift your right leg in alignment with your right hip. Ooh, I should put right knee in alignment with your right hip.
Yay.
Exhale, Garudasana, eagle pose. Bring your right arm under your left arm and find your bind by grabbing for opposite palms, fingers pointing up. That's too much for you today. Try reaching for opposite shoulder blades. Bring your elbows in alignment with your shoulders. Pull the elbows down, move your hands away from your face. Shift your weight to your left foot as you bring your right leg over your left. Find your bind. Full bind right foot wrapped around left ankle. The more you squat, the easier it is to get into your bind. If that's too much, place a block on the outside of your left foot and put your right foot on it. Use it as a kickstand. And if you aren't there today, you can remove the block and just use your foot. Take a breath in. If you can, squat a little further on your breath out. Inhale, rise, release binds. I put this little note in here as something to kind of add if I wanted to. Exhale, one-legged modified Anuvatasana.
Mm.
But inhale, release the binds. Exhale, Utthita Ashwa Sanchalanasana. Runner's lunge. Is that the right
Mm.
Sanskrit for runner's lunge?
Utthita
I could-
Ashwa Sanchalanasana. I've heard that once before. A lot of people just say runner's lunge.
Yeah.
Um,
I've seen a lot. I've changed it a couple of times because I feel like I keep finding different names
yeah.
for it.
I need to get with Gab and Serenity and talk to them about what they feel like should be the agreed upon low runner's lunge Sanskrit, because in a regular yoga class, more than not, you will say runner's lunge
Yeah,
versus the Sanskrit for that.
that's a big one.
Yeah. But it's good to know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Runner's lunge. Step your right foot back a little further than you think you should. Bend your left knee to a 90-degree angle and bring both hands to the ground stacked under your shoulders. Gazes forward, slightly down. Inhale, Tripada Adho Mukha Svanasana, three-legged dog. Hips go up. Bring your left foot out and extend up behind you. Exhale, Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. Release your left leg down. Good job. Find your breath, some movement here before we balance ourselves on the other side. And then it's the other side. I'm not gonna,
Yeah.
because it's literally, I just copy and pasted and then changed everything. So
Yeah. I like the
Uh,
sequence.
yeah.
Yeah, let's do the peak pose if you want.
Yeah, I'm gonna change that Garudasana thing, the one-legged Tadasana thing. Do you like
That might be a little tricky, yeah.
what?
A one-legged, what is it? One-legged Tadasana with angel wings. But that's
Yeah.
fun.
It's an option.
Yeah. I like throwing that in there. I like throwing like one strange thing in every flow just to keep them on their toes.
They have to think about it.
Yeah. No, and honestly, well, like also that's when I'm thinking about this shape with the one-legged, that's kind of the
Mhm.
shape that you're doing when you're in if a wild thing is your peak posture.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you're just standing doing it. So that's great. Creative.
Yeah, I feel like I might have added it because I'm not sure if I had enough back bends in the sun salutation to warm up enough for the wild thing pose. So I just kind of plopped it in there too. And well, yeah.
The twists are doing the most warming up for them.
Okay.
So yeah. hmm
Okay.
It's good. Yeah, keep going.
Okay. Preparatory inhale, exhale, Pahalakasana plank pose. One more time. Step one foot back, then find the other. Hands are stacked under your shoulders, straight spine. Find your breath. You may use your, shift your weight to your right hand and roll onto the outer edge of your right foot. Stack the left foot on top. You may rest your right knee onto the ground if you need more support. Inhale, Kamatkarasana, wild thing. Lift your hips and plant your left foot behind you. Allow your chest to open towards the sky. Keep your hips lifted and squared to avoid collapsing towards the floor or letting them sag downwards. Extend your left arm toward the sky. Reach it overhead as you let your head gently fall back. Keep your neck relaxed. Engage your core to maintain stability and press firmly into your right hand to keep your chest lifted towards the sky. Make sure your shoulders are stacked vertically over your right wrist. Allow your gaze to follow your extended left arm or look towards the ceiling, whatever feels comfortable for your
Mhm.
neck. And then I have a little spiel about this asana because I love the name of it. The ecstatic unfolding of the unraptured heart. Oh,
Yes.
I just love it.
That's so beautiful.
Yeah. Okay, and then exhale, carefully lower your hips back down to the starting position, returning to Pahalakasana, high plank. Find your breath. Shift your weight to your left hand. Okay, yeah, and then you do it on
You do
the
it the other side,
other side, yeah.
and then it's
And
the
then
cool down.
then it's the cool down, yeah. Inhale, exhale, Balasana, child's pose. Bring your knees out wider than your hips. Rest your belly between your thighs. Allow your heart to melt into the earth. Breathe. Inhale, rise into
Amazing.
tabletop, feet in alignment with your knees. Yeah. Exhale, Uttana Shishoasana. Walk your palms forward to the front of your mat, keeping your hips stacked. Oh, I didn't even write the name to that one. I think I'm doing puppy pose.
Yeah, that's
Or
puppy pose or anahatasana
okay,
is what it's mostly the heart opener.
okay. Anahatasana.
Yeah.
Uh, when you've reached your full extension, continue pressing into your palms to avoid collapsing your chest and breathe. Inhale, exhale, Balasana, back into child's pose. Begin to extend both your legs out behind you into a belly down extended Shavasana. Arms are still extended, forehead on your mat. Breathe. When you are ready, begin to gently flip yourself over like a pancake. Find some stillness. Bring your arms down by your side, bend your knees, keep them hips width distance apart. Begin to windshield wipe your legs from left to right. Get a nice stretch through that side body. Find some stillness. Make sure your arms are by your side and your knees are bent. Feet are flat on the earth. Down with your feet and your hands. Inhale, Setu Bandha Sarvangasana, bridge pose. Begin to slowly lift your hips off your mat towards the sky. Keep your neck relaxed and airway clear. Shoulders down and shoulder blades are being pressed together. For a deeper stretch, interlace your fingers beneath your back and pull down, opening the throat and opening the chest. Inhale, some breath work in here.
Yes, to close it off. Beautiful.
Exhale, curl into a little ball, yogis. Hug your knees and begin to rock side to side to massage your low back. Inhale brings you back to center. Keep your knees bent and cactus your arms. Then we do supine twists. To the right, to the left. Curl into a ball again. And then we do a final starfish shavasana. Legs are,
Amazing.
yeah. And then,
Beautiful.
yeah.
This is ready to be taught. I
Oh.
would change the only thing is I would change the wording for plank pose to just Dandasana. Everybody knows Dandasana as plank.
Okay, hold on, I'm gonna write this down. So
Your word
plank,
is not wrong. I've heard that one before, but most commonly Dandasana.
is it like Don, like D-O-N or D-U-N?
DAND asana.
Dandasana.
Yeah,
Okay.
which literally means staff. But yes.
Okay.
Other than that, I think you have the inhales, the Sanskrit, the engagements leading into all the cueing is incredible. It's on point. I can see that you tried doing like the most minimal like amount of words that are directly cueing the body part and such. I'm loving that you have your pranayama in there. It's a very thorough sequence. This is ready to be taught to your Dharma sibling or even into a community class.
Okay.
And then I think that from you reading it now, you've kind of seen where your language is like familiarizing itself. The tongue is familiarizing itself again with the Sanskrit, which is totally fine. Allow yourself to stumble even while you're teaching the community class. Because that just comes with repetition. No worries. Yeah. And I would really hope that you feel good about this, because this is a very intelligently sequenced, thorough, this is a great sequence.
You.
Very mindful. I love the warm up because you're twisting the body, you're opening up the shoulders, you're introducing this new sort of Anuvitasana variation, which is the arms that you will use for the wild thing. I like that you have like little quotes in places where they can hold longer. So you're properly using cadence and stillness, which is very advanced. And then I also love the cool down that you have. And within the sequence, I love that you have eagle in there, because I don't think a lot of people would think to have eagle if they're cueing a peak posture like wild thing, which is so open. But it makes sense because the counter to something that is so open is bringing it all in, right? So you've intelligently put in something that's already countering the peak pose. The people would think that the focus would be this one, actually, the Garudasana, but you're getting after a heart opener. And then at the end, I think it's really, so I think that's really intelligent, by the way, because that's working like the antagonist protagonist muscles situation. And then at the end, I love that you have Anahatasana, Anahatasana puppy pose, because then now they've done one side wild thing, the other side wild thing, but it's also very nice to allow them to have the heart opener, both sides, which is what you're going to tackle in Anahatasana, the puppy pose. The bridge pose at the end could be at the end. It can also be in the beginning if you felt like you would rather have started them on their backs, because the bridge pose will also help them to learn the hip engagement to lift up. But I'm not too worried about you putting it in the beginning or the end or keeping it at the end, because you have the lunges there. I would just make sure to cue that that engagement of keeping your hips high when you're in wild thing, because a lot of people will dump their hips down, right? And so like if you're cueing a bridge in the beginning of the sequence or in your warm-up, then they're automatically geared for that sort of engagement within their lunges and then later on. But it can be at the end or it could be in the beginning. It's just very minor modification for you. How does that feel?
Uh, that was a big compliment. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like I do see my sequence being a little wordy, so I've definitely been trying to figure out how to be thoroughly short.
I think it's wordy, but not inappropriately wordy. I think you have every word down there as if you could just read this and teach. I think that if you want to make it less wordy, keep this as it is, and then take all the postures and then just put the postures like on another document.
Mhm.
And then while you teach, you can maybe do 2 community classes and see which script you'd rather rely on. Because as you teach, you're going to find that there's going to be all these anomalies that are spontaneous to the moment of teaching. And it's so much easier for you to like just see the next posture versus all these words. But for your first teach, it might be nice to just have a full script so you have something to kind of just rely on, you know?
Mhm.
And then you're going to find that as you move forward that you won't really need all the words. But for right now, it's helping you understand. It's helping you kind of like anchor, right? Which is fine, which is great. personally, as I've taught, the script is out the door and I'm just already like saying it, like especially if you're going to practice by yourself or reading it to a Dharma sibling, right? Um, but I don't think it's inappropriately wordy. I think it's wordy because it needs to be for this first script, right?
Mm.
I think everything is in its place. I see it. And then the languaging will narrow down and be even more clear as you continue to teach. You'll find that the words that you put here that look wordy are inside you, and all you need are the postures written out so that you know what your peak is or your flow. And then even that will disappear because you just already know it internally. You've done Sun A and Sun B so often that you just know where you can stick in postures. And that just takes time. I want to hear from Selena or Bryson if you have any feedback. No worries if you don't, but it's also nice to hear from your peers. Yeah.
I loved it, although I'm a beginner and I don't know, I have no concept of all of this just yet. I was trying to do the moves, so I was like, oh, go a little slower. At one point I was like, oh, let me stretch but yeah, some of the moves I don't even know. And angel wings,
Oh.
as opposed to cactus where you're holding both arms out, I would assume it's just angel wings is a straight like.
Yeah.
I've never heard of that before. Oh, geez, cat. Sorry, my cat is jumping around. I thought it was awesome. I actually like the wording because when you're in some of the poses, when I've done it with Gabe, I I enjoy at the same time when there's something being taught about what we're doing and keeping us in that spiritual place. I like that. And I don't remember what you said, but you named a pose and I was like, ooh. Or you said something about the heart and I was like, oh, that's awesome. So I thought it was awesome. But and I didn't think it was wordy at all, to be honest.
I agree. I think it was the
Yeah.
appropriate amount of words. I think it just looks like a lot of words because of the
Yeah.
script. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And I can't wait to do it.
Me too. I want to take this class. I seriously do.
Good job.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
I would, for Brenda, for this one, when you feel ready, I would go ahead. I mean, I can text Gab or Serenity and be like, you're ready for your community class, but I can also let you decide when you're ready.
I would really like to try and teach the whole thing with my music
Dharma sibling? Oh, with your music?
Yeah.
Okay.
My Dharma sibling Gab told me it was Lucy, but I don't know if her body's in a place for me to do this with her.
Yeah. If you want to book me or Selena or both of us,
can't you do that in this?
Yeah,
isn't this what you're doing YTT practicum for that too?
Yeah, but there's also you and Bryson here, and so I don't know how much time we get.
Yeah, because sometimes other people have different questions going on, and it's just like the targeted portion of class. So we would book a whole thing just dedicated for Brenda to just teach.
Oh,
yeah. If you're down for this, we can align. Or if you don't want me and you just want Selena, actually, I think it has to be me.
Yeah,
somebody who's in the YTT previous.
I'm open to anybody that wants to be my guinea
Selena
pig.
and I.
Yeah, that would be great.
Yeah.
Thanks, ladies.
Cool. Sounds like fun.
So let's align on a time in the next 2 weeks. Sooner probably is better. Yeah, so that you can just get out the way. And then from there, you can see how you feel, and then you're ready for that community class after that. Yeah.
I think so. It's it's nerve-wracking.
Yeah. We don't let you on your way. You go teach. Yes.
I'm on my way.
Great.
I'm on my way.
You're ready. I think sometimes it's hard to accept sometimes when you're ready, right? Because you can tweak it again and again and again.
Yeah.
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 It's just a
I-
solid sequence.
Thank you.
Well, yeah, or even doing parts of the sequence, right? She can even practice and do parts. I'm thinking ahead of for myself because of what I would feel like I would need. And I love that we have this, that you're doing this so that we can practice just saying it, but also we'll have you check it over, but also practice maybe parts of it.
Oh,
Yeah.
absolutely.
I've thought about that too, but when I think about like asanas and sequences, it gets more difficult as you get into it. And so your body really needs to be warmed up. So jumping
Mm.
from just into the middle of a
Mhm.
sequence sounds like, I mean, of course I could lead you into a little bit of warm-ups before the peak pose and the deeper work, but I feel
Yeah.
like it's still a little bit on no,
Yeah,
dangerous, I guess, for your body.
Mm.
it can be. And Selena, to answer your question, yeah, I guess it just depends on the intention. I think,
Mm.
like if in the future, let's say you're like,
Mhm.
I just still can't figure out this portion of my sequence. Can I teach it to you
Mm.
so that I can work out the nuts and bolts? And can you help me warm up? And I'll just warm you up really quick if you want, right? And I'm offering that to you too,
Yeah.
Brenda. If in the future you're like, I really want to work on this part of the sequence. Can you warm me up first and then I'll go into it? I'd be happy to do that for you. Cow cats, some down dogs. Um, and then you can take it from there.
Sweet.
So
Thank you.
I'm willing
Mhm.
to work with y'all on any level, depending on what you're needing. But I agree with Brenda. This sequence is ready to be felt from beginning to end, plus the music. So then Brenda can really get a feel for just the whole experience of teaching. But yeah,
Mhm.
yeah, yeah. Anything that you would need, practicum would be there for you.
Okay.
Okay, how are you feeling, y'all?
Great.
Good.
Pretty good, pretty good.
Mhm.
Okay. Do we want to close with like a 5-minute meditation or something like that? Do you have time?
Sure. Yeah.
Okay. Okay,
Let's
so
do
good
that.
job, all of you, Selena, Bryce, and Brenda coming in with check-ins, Brenda offering their sequence. Um, let's take a moment then. Find a nice comfortable seat. If you're sitting in a chair, make sure that your feet are firmly planted onto the earth. If you're sitting on the floor, kind of rock your hips side to side and find nice even weight between left and right hip bone. If you're lying down, enjoy the length of your spine. And wherever you are, feel that feeling of the alignment of the heart over the hips and then the head over the heart. On your next breath out, once again, feel the earth below your seat, but also feel the buoyant return of the earth supporting your back, your spine. Allow your spine to feel a lift as you inhale, pulling from the top of your crown, tucking your chin. Squeeze the backs of your shoulder blades and relax your ears. Relax your shoulders away from you. Take a deep breath out. Exhale, completely press the belly towards the spine. And then as you feel ready, deep breath in through the nose. Filling up the belly, the chest, and the throat. This fullness of the breath, 360 degrees all around you. Hold at the top for 4, for 3, 2, 1. Exhale, nice, slow, through the nose. Feel that settling feeling, a settling of the breath within a groove. Empty out completely, press the belly to the spine. And then take another deep breath in. Fill up the belly, the chest, and the throat. Sip as much air as you can. Take your time, yogis, to drink the air. When you feel full, hold at the top, but relax your face. Feel the fullness of potentiality, white light. And then as you feel ready, exhale, let it all go through the nose and then breathe normally in and out. As you breathe in, feel that mantra, the so. As you breathe out, the hum. So hum. This rhythmic pulsation of the breath and the mantra speaking back to you internally. A breath that reminds us of the aliveness that is within. A breath that helps us fit into a groove of aliveness, of joy, presence. A breath that offers presence that heals not only you, but everyone around you. Oh, returning to the sensations of the breath, feel the feeling of the stretch of the lungs, the expansion of the belly. Feel that wonderful feeling of the relaxation, the condensation of the exhale. And then return to that space between inhale and exhale. The way that the breath turns over, the way that the breath encapsulates stillness, your power, your presence. On your next breath out, place your hands on your heart center and bow, bowing down to the teacher inside each and every one of us, and the wisdom, the codes that exist for all of us to share. Bringing in the energy of belief for what you have to offer, that it is important and needed. And then let the breath go completely, taking one last deep breath in, and let it all go. It is from this place that I bow to you, remembering that as we walk this path of compassion, yoga teaches us that our practice serves as our greatest teacher, allowing us to live more authentically and love more deeply each and every day. Namaste. Just a little bit of breath every day. Okay, y'all. I love you so much. Mindful Mondays is at 1 p.m. if you're able to join in on that. Otherwise, I'll see you tomorrow at 7 a.m. for asana practice. And then Embodied Wednesdays, we will be doing the harmonium and the anahata chakra. Kind of right in line with Brenda's sequence. I kind of love that. Brenda, message me and Selena together, and then we'll book you for a little class. Bryson, if you want to come too, why not?
Thank you. Love you.
Take care, y'all. Love you.
Bye. Love you guys. Thank you.
I can't wait. Yes.